Why you cannot remember being a baby. You have lived through thousands of moments you will never remember. Your first steps, your first words, the first time you laughed, the first face that made you feel safe. All of it gone, completely and permanently gone, and here is what makes this truly strange. Your brain was not asleep during those years. It was not damaged or switched off. It was working, recording, processing, responding to everything around you with remarkable speed and sensitivity. So why can you not remember any of it? This is one of the most fascinating mysteries in all of psychology and neuroscience. And the answer reveals something profound about how your mind actually works, and why the earliest years of your life may have shaped you more deeply than any memory you can actually recall. Psychologists call this childhood amnesia. Most adults cannot remember anything before the age of 2 or 3. Some have scattered fragments from ages 4 or 5, blurry images, brief emotional flashes, but nothing clear, nothing continuous. The first years of your life exist as a permanent blank space in your personal history. For centuries, people assumed babies simply did not have real experiences. That infancy was a kind of pre-conscious fog where nothing meaningful was happening inside the mind. Modern science has completely dismantled that idea. Babies are not passive, they are extraordinarily active learners. Within hours of birth, a newborn can recognize their mother's voice. Within days, they show preferences for familiar faces. Within weeks, they are already beginning to understand patterns, rhythms, and emotional tones. The infant brain forms over 1 million new neural connections every single second in the first years of life. So the brain was clearly working. The experiences were real. The question remains, where did the memories go? The first answer lies in the hippocampus. This is the part of your brain most responsible for forming long-term memories, the kind you can consciously recall years later. In adults, it is fully developed and constantly working, filing away experiences, conversations, emotions, and facts into retrievable storage. But in infants, the hippocampus is one of the last brain structures to fully mature. At birth, it is barely functional. Through the first years of life, it grows slowly, building its complex network of connections. And while it is still under construction, it cannot perform the sophisticated memory consolidation that adult brains do automatically. The experiences happen, the brain registers them, but without a fully developed hippocampus to encode and store them properly, they fade, they dissolve, they leave no retrievable trace. The second answer is even more fascinating. Memory needs language. This is not obvious at first. We tend to think of memories as images or feelings, not words. But neuroscience has discovered that language plays a critical role in how the brain organizes and stores experiences. When something happens to you, your brain uses internal language, labels, categories, narrative, to package that experience into something that can be stored and retrieved later. When you remember eating at a restaurant last week, you do not just remember raw sensory data, you remember a story. Language gives memory its structure. Babies have no language yet. They experience the world in pure sensation and emotion, but they have no words to attach to those experiences, no labels, no narrative framework. And without that framework, the experiences that briefly form in the developing brain have nothing to hold on to. They simply dissolve. There is a third dimension most people never consider. The self was not yet formed. Memory is not just about storing experiences. It is about storing experiences that happened to someone, to you. There needs to be a sense of self, an I, for memories to attach to. That developing sense of personal identity, the understanding that you are a continuous being moving through time, emerges slowly through early childhood. Very young infants do not yet have a stable sense of self. They experience the world, but they do not yet experience themselves experiencing it. And without that anchor of identity, even the memories that briefly form have no subject to belong to. What makes this truly remarkable is the implication. Those early years did not leave memories you can recall, but they left something far more powerful. They shaped the emotional architecture of your entire life. Neuroscientist Dan Siegel describes two types of memory: explicit memory, the kind you can consciously recall, and implicit memory, the kind that lives in your body, your nervous system, your emotional responses, and your deepest patterns of relating to other people. Explicit memory requires a developed hippocampus and language. Implicit memory does not. This means everything that happened to you in those first years, how consistently your needs were met, how safe the emotional environment felt, how attuned the people around you were to your distress and joy. All of it was encoded not as stories you can tell, but as feelings you carry. The reason some people find it easy to trust and others find it almost impossible. The reason some people feel fundamentally safe in the world and others carry a constant anxiety they cannot explain. The reason some people collapse under rejection and others barely flinch. These patterns were written into the nervous system before language existed, before memory existed. In the years you cannot remember at all, you were there for every moment, you felt everything. You just had no way to hold on to any of it consciously, but your body held on to all of it. And that is perhaps the most important thing psychology has taught us about the years we cannot remember. They are not lost. They are stored somewhere deeper than words can reach, in the way you love, the way you fear, the way you reach toward people, and the way you pull away from them. Your earliest years shaped you more profoundly than any memory you can recall. And that silent shaping continues to run quietly beneath everything you feel, everything you choose, and everything you become. What is one thing about yourself you have never been able to fully explain? It might be more connected to those early years than you realize. Subscribe to Teeh Psyche for more hidden psychology every week.